Good morning, Tad Junkies. Hope everyone's having a great week so far. Happy Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday and launch day, leading us into the weekend, so looking forward to that. Just a couple of housekeeping items before we get started. We've been really busy, as you guys can tell, so I know we've been getting a lot of questions on particular items for restocks. I'm going to try to answer your questions at the end of the broadcast, but we are planning on restocking a majority of the items, so bear with us. And like I said, I'll get to your questions there at the end on the specific items that you guys have asked about based off of the post in the group. The other housekeeping items is we've been getting a lot of PMs on Instagram and Facebook and things like that, just asking all kinds of questions from gear to warranty and things like that, and we highly encourage that. I mean, I know I get a ton, especially over the weekends, and I do my best to try to answer those in a timely manner, but weekends are usually when I'm out doing the photo shoots, so can't always get to them in a timely manner, but we just ask that if you have a warranty question, just go ahead and send that in to support@tripleaughtdesign.com. Those guys have all the gear right there. Kyle and Princeton, they have all the gear right there. They have the designers right there. So they can answer your questions probably in a quicker manner than I can, or Scott, or JJ, or Brett, in the sense of just being able to get you the right answer in a timely manner. That's probably the best place to go, is again support@tripleaughtdesign.com, or of course you can call them. But keep the PMs coming. You know, we enjoy getting your guys' feedback and things like that, and with me, I get a lot of questions on gear and, you know, fit and how things work, or what my suggestions would be and things like that. So please, you know, keep those coming. We absolutely love the conversations. So by all means, please continue to do that. Just know that if we don't get it to in a timely manner, it's not that we're ignoring you. We're super busy. We're a bunch of busy guys. So that really covers it for the housekeeping stuff for right now. So what I'm going to do is, this broadcast is going to be about our summer apparel offerings, right? And in the past, we haven't had too many offerings for summer apparel, to be honest. Like, we've had a couple of short variations and Traverse Tech Tee, and then the graphic tees. But really, this year, you know, part of last year and into this year, we've really tried to vamp up our spring-summer offerings, and so we feel like we've got a pretty good collection this year, and we haven't really talked about it holistically as a collection, so I want to take this opportunity to do that. I'm going to start on shirts, then I'm going to go into the pants, and then I'm going to go into layers and jackets, all based around summer. Now, some of these, you know, are more multi-seasonal, but we wanted to just hone in on the summer stuff, and if you guys like this, and you know, please let us know if this is a good one or a good broadcast or not. But if you guys like this one, then, you know, we'll do another one for fall, another one for winter, so on. Just, you know, kind of show the garments that work in the season that we're currently in, and help you guys, you know, make as much as an educated purchasing experience as you possibly can. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to start with the shirts first. First one being the Mercury Tech Tee. Now, this just got released a couple weeks ago. I think it's starting to land with some of you guys. I think I've seen some pictures online of you guys using it, but this thing is really, really awesome. So there's a lot going on here, even though it's just a simple t-shirt. It's going to be a synthetic, and it's going to be an active fit. Now, I know we get a lot of fit questions, so we do have a fit guide on the website. We highly recommend that you guys go take a look at that and see what the difference is between next to skin, active fit, standard fit, things of that nature. With this guy in particular, I know we've had some questions. It is what we're referring to as an active fit. So it's not next to skin. Next to skin being like Under Armour tight, next to skin. This is going to be close to that. It's going to be tight kind of in the chest, as you can see here on the mannequin, and then kind of in the upper back area. But then, as you can start to see here, it starts to drape a little bit. Now, he doesn't have much of a belly, but, you know, if he were, obviously it's not that forgiving in that regard. But we're referring to it as an active fit. So it is going to be a little tight in the chest, a little tight in the upper back, and if you've got, you know, a little bit of additional weight going on, it may show that. Everybody's different. Every body style is different. It's really hard for us to pinpoint exactly, you know, what may be an active fit for a certain body style on one end of the spectrum and an active fit for another body style on the other end of the spectrum. So we're doing our best. The fit guide is your best place to go. So got off on a little bit of a tangent there. So Mercury Tech Tee. So we've got two main fabrics working for you here. Coming down just the front part of the arms and then the front part of the garment, you've got the Polartec Power Dry. This is a different power dry that's in more of our winter garments like the Sector Polo and the Pursuit Half Zip. That's a wool and power dry blend. This is straight power dry. What that's going to do for you is it's going to pull moisture off the body and then dry really fast. Nothing new there. We've got a lot of garments with that in it. What's cool about this guy is the Polartec Delta. So the Polartec Delta is what you see all across the back here, on the upper shoulders, in the pits, and then even coming down pretty low under the pits, working its way down into the back. Now, what's great about Polartec Delta is it's very thin. This is a very thin shirt. This is absolutely a summer shirt, hot heat shirt, hot climate shirt. Now with Delta, what's going to happen is it's going to pull the moisture off the body, and it's going to collect it in these little pools, in these little pockets that you can see in the fabric. Now what it's going to do is it's going to sit there, and it is going to evaporate. But the idea with the Delta is it's going to sit there, the wind's going to move through this because it is very thin, and it's going to cool those pockets that have that moisture. So the fabric's almost cooled to the touch. And we wanted to have a great summer shirt that especially utilized that Delta material across the back and the shoulders and the pit. So if you're hiking or backpacking or carrying you know, a load or anything like that, it's going to be cool to the touch, and then when you take that backpack off, it's going to dry fast, but in the process of drying, it's going to be cool. So in hot climates, like for those of you in Florida, Texas, Arizona, I know you guys are getting blasted with some heat, you know, the southeast. This is an excellent shirt for those climates, excellent shirt in the summer for active things, whether it's just going to the park, going on the trail, kayaking, things of that nature. So that's a great application. Just a couple of examples of applications for the Mercury Tech Tee. Alright, so next up we have the Atlas Crew. This was just launched last week, and if you want to look at it as kind of the big brother to the Mercury Tech Tee that we just covered. So again, you're going to have that Polartec Power Dry covering a majority of the garment. Again, that's pulling moisture off the body and drying really fast. This is obviously a long sleeve, so what this does is it gives you good protection from the sun, good coverage from the sun and things like that. We just got done talking about that Polartec Delta, so what we've done with the Atlas Crew is we've taken that Polartec Delta and we've wrapped it starting kind of low in the pits, coming up through the pits, and then around to the, if you can see this, around to the shoulder blades. So again, if you are doing like a day trail or hiking, have a load on or something like that, you can take the pack off, let the breeze flow through that garment, drying the power dry, and then cooling the Delta to give you that nice cool touch on the skin. This is going to be a synthetic. The fit is going to be more next to skin, so a lot of guys, when they think next to skin, they think like Under Armour tight, which is generally what I tend to think of. This isn't quite that tight. It isn't quite Under Armour next to skin, but I have found it to be just a little bit tighter than the Mercury Tech Tee. So it's going to be tighter in the chest, tighter in the shoulders, tighter in the upper back, and then maybe coming down across the chest. Of course, it depends. Again, every body style is different. It may be a little tighter down here on me, not so much. it just comes tight across the chest and then kind of drapes across the front. So you're also going to notice on the sleeves here, you're going to have those thumb holes. So again, if you wanted to layer this up with like a rain jacket or like our Raptor hoodie or something along those lines, you can quickly put those thumbs in thumb holes, pull the sleeves through, and you don't get that bunching. So I know we've had a lot of questions on this guy. It truly is a long sleeve, kind of an all-season base layer. On a super hot day, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this guy unless you're really going for sun protection. Then it would work great. But on like cool mornings or cool evenings, things like that, it's absolutely a great piece. Even now in the summer, I mean, just a couple days ago, we were on a day hike in the morning, and you know, it was perfect. It was about 70 degrees or so, and it was protecting me against the sun, and it was great. So that's just some quick applications of what you can use the Atlas Crew on. All right, next up we have the Alchemy Crew. Now the Alchemy Crew is going to be our first kind of hybrid in the group. So the Mercury Tech T and the Atlas were both synthetics using Polartec Power Dry and Polartec Delta. This Alchemy Crew is using Polartec Power Wool, so not to be confused with Power Dry. Now the Power Wool is a wool synthetic blend, which is why we call it a hybrid. So what it's going to do is that it's merino wool that's blended with it. So you have a synthetic face and then you have merino wool on the inside. So what that's going to do is the merino wool is naturally going to pull that moisture off the skin, but it's still going to stay a little warm when wet. And then what it's going to do is that merino wool is going to pass that moisture to the synthetic face, and then the synthetic face, it's going to evaporate. Now with this, it is a true next to skin as most people understand it. It's going to be fairly Under Armour type next to skin fitting. So as you can see on the mannequin as compared to the last two, it's pretty form fitting. So for those of you guys that have been having those questions about it, it's not quite like compressing, but it is next to skin. Why this is in the summer category is, one, obviously it's a tee, but two, it's actually an exceptional garment on those cooler mornings, or especially if you're going into the backcountry for extended days. It's a great next to skin base layer to have in warmer climate. And if you were to come across some adverse weather like rain or heavy wind, things like that, it's going to do a better job of protecting you than, say, the Mercury Tech T. The Mercury Tech T is great, exceptionally great for really hot weather, but if it rains or if it's really windy, you're going to be cool. Whereas with this guy, you're going to maintain your body temperature, so to speak. So that's where the Alchemy Crew fits in. Again, I would recommend it for if you're going to do like some summer backpacking, and you may want to keep your layers down. It's a great layer to wear in, and then on those cooler mornings or cooler evenings at the campsite, it's going to keep you warm next to skin. So it definitely is a spring, summer, fall base layer. So that would be the Alchemy Crew. Alright, next up, I'm going to lump together the Traverse Tech T and the Huntsman Henley together. The reason being is they're both the same fabric. One is just a standard Tech T that's 100% merino wool. That would be the Traverse Tech T. And then this is a long sleeve merino wool garment that is the Henley cut. Obviously, it's our Huntsman Henley. Now, why are these really lumped into the summer? Well, as we just got done talking, so we had the synthetics that were the Mercury and the Atlas, then we had our hybrid that was the Alchemy. Now we have our 100% natural, 100% merino wool in the Traverse Tech T and the Huntsman Henley. Now the properties of merino wool, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, it's exceptional. It's a favorite of mine. So it's going to naturally repel odor, so you can wear it longer without having to do washes. Okay, so for the backcountry, it's great in that regard. So you can just take your Traverse Tech T or your Henley out wear it on the trail. It's not going to be quite as cooling as, say, the Mercury or the Atlas would be, but that merino wool is going to pull the moisture off of your body. It's going to maintain its warming properties, and when I say warming, I know we're talking about summer garments here. Not warming like a winter base layer, but it's also not going to get as cool as Delta does, right? So it's going to maintain that natural odor resistance and that natural warming capabilities, and then it's going to dry relatively fast. So I've found, like, especially if I'm backpacking with a Henley on, a Huntsman Henley, I stop, I take the pack off, maybe I'll take the Henley off, let it air out for a minute or two, and then put it back on, and it's already really begun to dry out. Again, not as fast as Delta, not as fast as Power Dry, but it's also not going to remain soaked all the time. So if it does get wet and it's, the rain comes and passes, you can lay it out, air it out, and it's going to dry relatively fast. Now, a lot of guys, when they think of wool, they do not think of summer and they think of thickness. This Huntsman Henley and the Mercury Tech Tee are both very thin. They're both very thin. They're both very comfortable to wear next to skin if you're not allergic to wool, of course. And they're just great all-around summer layers. Now, both are what we refer to as standard fit. Now, a standard fit, it's going to obviously not be next to skin and not be active. It's our next one up from that. So standard fit being, it's going to lay loosely over the body. You shouldn't have really any tight spots other than on the upper portion of the garment where it's just being worn, so where the weight's just kind of pulling it down. So shoulders, maybe across the upper chest here, but for the most part it should drape nicely and just be a nice standard fit with room to move and room to breathe. So again, that is our Huntsman Henley and our Traverse Tech Tee. Alright, and we finally come around to a new garment. This is the Caliber Polo. This is something you guys have been asking for. It's something we're excited to finally announce. And so without further ado, let's go into it a little bit. So we're going to come back into more of our synthetic lineup. So again, we've had the Mercury, the Atlas, both synthetic, Alchemy being a hybrid, and then the Traverse Tech Tee and Huntsman Henley being 100% merino wool, which is natural. This, we're coming back into the Polartec Power Dry. Again, it's going to be the same Power Dry as you're used to on the other summer garments in the Atlas and the Mercury. It is not going to be the same as it is in the Pursuit Half Zip and the Sector Polo. On the face, it's going to be a mesh, and then on the inside, it's going to be more of a jersey. So this is exceptionally lightweight, breathes exceptionally well. It's going to have airflow that passes through it. This is a perfect summer polo shirt, in my opinion. It wears extremely nice. It is going to be a next to skin fit, okay? So it's going to be a little bit more of that Under Armour fit, if you will. It's going to be tight across the chest, tight across the back, and it's really going to kind of hug the figure a lot, hug the arms. So for those guys that are a little concerned about that that super next to skin fit, you may want to size up one. It's really hard for us to gauge that. Every body type is different. But all right, so Caliber Polo, it's similar to the Sector Polo in terms of, like, you have the AC fabric lining here across the 3 buttons, and then again under the collar there. But it's pretty simple. It's a nice summer polo, Polartec Power Dry, so you know it's going to pull that moisture off. It's going to dry extremely fast. It's a great casual piece if you just want to wear around town, but if you have to get into some movement, like you're going to ride your bike to work, it's a great piece to ride your bike to work in, but still maintain that professional look. For those of you professionals out there that maybe could wear it on duty or at the range or something along those lines, it's a perfect shirt for that. So again, it's going to have that kind of that mesh facing, the jersey lining on the inside. I'll turn it around here so you can see very just clean lines. Just clean lines here, and it's just a fairly standard polo. And I know that you guys will be curious to know when it's dropping. It's dropping tomorrow, so you will see the Caliber Polo dropping tomorrow in 3 colors. One of those colors will be new. Well, really, so this is tarmac that you see here. We're going to have another color called Crater. That's going to be more of a lighter gray. a green gray that you'll see tomorrow. So it's going to be lighter than gunmetal. It's going to be the lightest gray you've seen us do. Certainly lighter than gunmetal, lighter than gunship. So it's a great looking piece. So again, I know a lot of you guys have been excited about this and have wanted just a great simple summer polo from Tad, and now you'll have it. It's dropping tomorrow. And again, that's the Caliber polo. While we're on synthetic and while we're talking about collared shirts, we might as well go ahead and talk about the Gemini short sleeve, Gemini long sleeve, and the Tradecraft. They're all going to be synthetic. It's a polyester cotton blend. They're all going to relatively be about the same cut. It's a standard cut, so it's just a pretty middle of the road standard fit, so it should be true to size for whatever size that you wear. The Gemini comes in short sleeve and long sleeve variation. The Tradecraft just comes in a long sleeve variation right now, but kind of an all-around great button-down collared shirt. So for those of you that are working in the city or have to go into the office in the summer, obviously the Gemini short sleeve is a great fit for that. Dries exceptionally fast. Not, I wouldn't call it as fast as like Delta or something more built for like technical outdoor use, but I've been caught in torrential downpour going out to dinner wearing the Gemini, and by the time the first cocktails came out, it was dried out. So breathes really well, packs exceptionally well, packs down small, don't have a lot of wrinkles. So for those business travelers out there, you can pack 2 Tradecrafts and that'll cover you, two Tradecrafts or 2 Geminis, and that'll cover you for a week of business travel, going and seeing clients or whatever you may be doing. So again, it's pretty simple shirts. You've got the 2 breast pockets here, same go for on the Tradecraft, but you have the repairable buttons that you're used to seeing us do. So pretty much they're pretty standard. For those of you that know, the Tradecraft's been exceptionally popular, and the Gemini's kind of coming into its own as well. And it's just a great summer piece, button-down collared shirt. So again, that's the Gemini short sleeve, Gemini long sleeve, and the Tradecraft. Alright, and the moment a lot of you have been waiting for, the Latitude Field shirt. It is a synthetic. It is going to be a standard fit, so it's going to be right down middle of the road fit, so you guys should just order true to size. The face fabric is going to be the same for those of you that own a Catalyst Field shirt. That nylon ripstop on the face of the Catalyst is the same here, except this is not lined with alpha. It's just that single layer of that fabric. It's very thin. Very lightweight, very breathable, dries really fast, and that ripstop obviously gives it that abrasion resistance, or that tear resistant. I won't quite call it abrasion resistant, but that tear resistant. Great all-around adventure field shirt, especially in spring, summer, fall, maybe late spring, all through summer, early fall. Similar to our Overland shirt. You've got the buttons here on the sleeves, so you can roll your sleeves up, and then you've got the sleeve catch tongue here, so you can just button that to hold your sleeves up. You've got 2 low profile breast pockets here, one here, and then they are actually lined with mesh. I don't know if you can see that there, so they're lined with mesh. Pockets are sized for anything from loose cash, wallet, cell phone, passport, sunglasses, things of that nature. They're fairly deep. The mesh allows you to air out. So a prime example being, we tested these at Destination Dune, blazing hot, Death Valley. Just run those zippers down, let the breeze flow through. You've also got the same mesh in the armpits here, so you get a nice breeze. Blowing through. You're going to air out extremely fast. Another great feature of the shirt, which is nothing new or revolutionary, but we made sure that the collar was a good width, so you could pop the collar if you were in like a sun-intensive environment like Death Valley or the desert. You could pop that collar and get good sun protection when you're out on adventure. So again, it's a great all-around summer adventure shirt. Lightweight. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it. It's become a favorite of mine. We really started wearing them and field testing these during Destination Dune. Lived in the shirt for 6 days during Dune. it performed exceptionally well. Dried out every day, didn't really stink, held up to the abuse of the desert. You guys can go back and watch some of that, the footage when we were in that sandstorm on the dunes. It did great. So this is, for those of you that are in those warmer climates, or for those of you that really get out on adventure, get out on expeditions and things like that, this is a must-have shirt for you guys. It's a great, great piece to the summer kit. You can expect to see this launching, could be as early as next week, but definitely within the next 2 to 3 weeks or so. But keep an eye out, and we'll try to drop some hints to you to let you guys know. But there it is, the highly anticipated Latitude field shirt. Alright guys, so that really covers it for the shirts for the summer. We're now going to jump over into the pants. We've got a lot of pants offerings, of course, but what we're primarily going to focus on for what we want to talk about for the summer is going to be the pants that we offer in our amphibious cloth, the AC that you see. So that's primarily our Force 10s, our Recons, and our Talons, all of which are offered in a pants and short variation. And for those of you paying attention, yes, that means the Talon Guide shorts. We're going to go over that in a quick minute. But what I wanted to do is make a special announcement, something that we're exceptionally excited about. And it's something that we don't really talk a lot about as a brand. It's something that we're going to try to talk more about. But it's something that we're extremely proud of, and it's something that you guys as true fans of TAD and have been around to support us through all the years, it's something that you guys should really feel proud about too. And that is the manufacturing in the United States. For as long as I've been here, and as long as I'm sure a lot of you have remembered, TAD's really strived to manufacture all of our goods in the United States. And that's really hard. Not a lot of people realize actually how hard that is, especially when it comes to, there's so many things in terms of like factory capacity and cost and all these other variations business-wise that go into it. But then at a fundamental piece of TAD is we want to make as much as we possibly can here in the United States. When we can't, when we have to import something, whether it be a fabric or a zipper or a button or something like that, we won't say the garment's made in the USA. We'll say cut and sewn in the USA. For a long time, the AC fabric has been imported. So anything that had that AC fabric in it has had the cut and sewn label on it because we couldn't manufacture that fabric domestically. But today we're excited to announce that starting over the next 18 months, it's going to take us some time to roll through some inventory, but we are now going to be able to make the AC fabric domestically. So now you're going to start to see made in the USA Force 10 AC cargo pants, made in the USA Recon AC cargo pants, and made in the USA Talon Guide pant, Talon Guide short. So we have a quick little announcement video that you guys will start seeing through social media, but we're going to go ahead and roll that so you can see that, and then we'll jump on over into the pants.
Our AC fabric has become a legendary textile that has helped our customers tackle adventures all across the globe. The lightweight, highly breathable, quick-drying amphibious cloth excels in every season from summer to winter. Yet something has been missing. At TAD, we strive to manufacture as much of our goods as possible within the United States, and most of our products are. However, when we can't source every piece of the garment from the US, we won't say made in the USA. It'll be labeled cut and sewn in the USA. We take the labeling seriously. Our AC fabric is one of those examples, to date being an imported fabric. However, today, we are excited to announce that over the next 18 months, our AC fabric will now be manufactured domestically, proudly bringing more products in our lineup under the Made in USA label. This will apply to our Force 10, Recon, and Talon Guide pant and short family of products over the coming seasons. We are proud of this achievement, and it is an example of our continued mission to bring more manufacturing back home to the US.
All right, so there you go. So again, it's something we're super excited about. We hope you're excited about it. a lot of work goes into doing domestic manufacturing, and it takes an incredible team of talented individuals working really hard to try and bring that dream into a reality. We could do a lot of stuff overseas, do it a lot cheaper, but as you guys may have seen in that 4th of July video, like it's not who we are, it's not what we want to do, it's not our business model. So, you know, we understand a lot of guys feel the pain sometimes with the limited quantities and the small factory runs and things like that. Trust us, we feel you. But at the same time, we feel like we're doing the right thing, making small batches with high quality here in the United States, and that we're continually trying to bring more and more manufacturing here and offer more goods with that American flag on it. And that's really something special to us, and it's who we are down to our core. So, all right, enough about that, and let's start talking about the pants. So, all right, so I'm going to talk about the Talon Guide pant, Talon Guide short. For those of you that are new to the group or new to the brand that haven't been following, the Talon Guide pants and the soon-to-be released Talon Guide short are our newest offering in the pants category. It's basically our AC fabric and a tweed fabric worked together. And so what we did is we have majority of the pant and short is AC, and you have some tweed reinforcements, especially down on the pants. You've got it starting mid-thigh, going all the way down to the shin. You have some reinforcements down around the back of the cuff, so you get that good protection from brush and things like that. Really that spot that tends to wear on pants, especially on heavy trail use. And then in the seat, we have that tweed stretch as well. Now, we've seen a lot of comments and we've heard your feedback on why the Talon Guide pants and the short don't have a back wallet pocket. And guys, that's by design. These are not mall crawler pants. These are intended for hard field use, guide work, mountaineering, long distance kayaking, long distance hiking, you name it. I mean, anybody that spends any amount of time in a harness, whether it be big wall climbing, search and rescue, anybody that spends a lot of time sitting in a kayak or a hard seat boat, anybody that spends a lot of time on the trail just hiking, especially with weight on, you're not going to have your wallet in your back pocket. You're probably not going to have anything in your back pocket. And so that was kind of the design intent behind not having the back pockets in the Talons, because these are designed for hard field use. They're not designed for you to go EDC in every day. Now, of course, you know, there are those times, like if you're on your way to the trail or something like that and you want your wallet, but that's why I have these cargo pockets so you can drop your wallet in there or something like that. So just wanted to touch base on that a little bit, because we have seen some comments where guys didn't seem to understand why there weren't wallet pockets or back pockets, and that's exactly why. So going into the other design intent of these, so you'll notice the cargo pockets that are fairly similar to how the Recons are. They sit a little bit higher, a little bit at a different angle, and that's purely for if you're wearing a harness. So if you're doing mountaineering, rock climbing, search and rescue, things of that nature, the harness will ride over, just above, in this channel here, your harness will ride above the zipper here, so you can still access that cargo pocket with a harness on, whether you're doing rope work or anything of that nature. So you'll have the two standard pockets on the left and right. You'll have the reinforcement for a knife and flashlight, and then on the inside of these you'll have that small little challenge coin pocket or organizer pocket, whatever you'd like to call it. Zipper fly and a single button latch here with Velcro. So it's pretty standard, but these pants have quickly become a favorite amongst adventurers and guys getting out in the field. We've seen some videos of search and rescue guys already using it, so these have really started to take off. We have gotten questions about more colorways other than black. The answer is yes. We will have more colorways. I believe the next color you will see us come out is Deception. We're working on some other colorways. We're working on some other ideas with these pants, but yes, you can expect to see more colors in the future. And again, we're super excited that these will now be able to have that Made in USA stamp and Made in USA flag on there because we're bringing that AC over to the United States, the AC manufacturing domestically. So super excited about that. I'm going to quickly touch on the Force 10 and the Recons for those of you that don't own a pair, or if you're new to the brand and you haven't experienced them. I'm going to run down those real quick, and then we'll get over into the jackets. Alright, starting off with the Recon AC pants and shorts. Here they are in Desolation. So with the Recons, you've got 9 total pockets. So that's quite a bit going on. So you've got your 2 standard pockets on the left and right, and then on the inside, just on the inside of those pockets, you're going to have that slit pocket that you've seen on our Spartans, on our Force 10s, and other pant designs. And so what we've done is we've kind of half concealed that in the main pocket here. So that's where you can drop your cell phone, that you can drop some other valuables, run a spare mag, flashlight, other tools. You know, the world is your oyster in terms of what you want to run in there. So that gives you the 4 pockets. So you've got the main pocket there. You've got that slit pocket. Of course, the pocket is the main pocket's reinforced for your flashlight or knife, whatever tool you may want to run there. Then you've got the back pockets for wallet on both the left and right side. Coming down onto the thigh area. So we've got a cargo pocket. It's a very low profile cargo pocket. Very different from the Force 10s, obviously, and also very different from the Talon Guide in the sense of the angle is much different. So the Talon Guide comes across the front. These are more angled downward, and so that's so you can easily, if you're squatting or leaning down or kneeling or something like that, you can easily access that pocket in from the side. It's both on the pants and the shorts. And then on the inside of this pocket, zippered pocket here, you'll have an anchor point for your keys, any other accessories you may want. So that's just in here up on the inside, just to show you. So you've got that anchor point there for those of you that didn't know that was there. Okay. So again, and the last pocket, so that's 8 pockets. The 9th pocket is this small concealed pocket that's on the inside, just on the inside of where you button your pants shut. You're going to have this small concealed pocket here. Now when you get the pants, that is where your spare replacement button rests. It's clipped down in there, but of course you can also slide down in there. If you roll up like loose cash, you can slide that down in there, a lockpick set, small USB key, whatever the case may be, so you can hide some small valuables in that pocket there. So the Recons, especially in the AC material, are really just kind of a great all-around summer pant. So if we were to call the Force 10s kind of general adventure, and then call the Talon Guide pants like your more extreme mountaineering, extreme outdoor sports and things of that nature, the Recon's going to be quite like right in the middle of the road. It's going to be something you can wear in the city, look professional, you know, rock this with a Gemini short sleeve or a Tradecraft or the new Caliber Polo. It's a great looking outfit, it's low profile, but you do have the capability to run more gear or additional gear should you need it. Conversely, they work great on the trail. I wouldn't necessarily go like extreme long distances or like, you know, over mountain ridges and things like that. You certainly can, but I would probably lean more towards the Talon Guide pant in that regard. But I've done a lot of fly fishing wearing my Recons. They work great. That AC material dries really fast. So they're, like I said, they're kind of a great middle of the road summer pant for us. And if you don't own a pair, I highly recommend you trying it. I think you'll find that it'll quickly become one that you wear kind of all the time. Like I said, it's just a perfect middle of the road pant. You can wear it going into a meeting, wearing it going out for dinner, meeting friends, equally wear it on the trail. So Recon AC. Alright, and of course finishing up the pants, had to end it on the legacy product that is the Force 10. So the Force 10 AC cargo pant and AC cargo short. Like I said before, these are just a great general adventure pant. Whether you're going on expedition, whether you're just going on a long hike, some type of exploration or discovery trip, whatever the case may be, range day, range work, whatever the case may be, these are just an exceptional pair of pants and shorts in the for summer in the AC. And of course we have the RS, the ripstop as well. It tends to be a little hotter for the summer, which is why we're not touching on them. But for those of you that aren't familiar with the Force 10s, I'm just going to run down them real quick. They are feature rich, pocket rich. So starting on, get it set up here. So starting on the front, you're going to have these D-ring attachment points here, so you can run your lanyards for flashlights, you name it, keys, all that good stuff. And then right under them, just like on the Recons, you're going to have that slip pocket. Again, you can run spare mags. If you wanted to clip your keys to the D-ring and then drop them down into that slip pocket, you can certainly do that. Next to those, you have your standard pocket, of course, that's reinforced for knife, tool, cell phone, or I'm sorry, flashlight, whatever the tool is there. So it's reinforced for that. Of course, on the inside of this pocket, you do have that that small little drop pocket for challenge coin or whatever the case may be there. And then going down into the main cargo pocket that's both on the left and right side, you'll notice that the top of the cargo pocket has an opening. So that's so you can drop in some gear really quickly. So like an example being, you pull the flashlight out of the main pocket off the clip, off the reinforced clip there, shine your flashlight to look at something, you need to go hands-on for whatever reason really fast, you can just quickly drop your cell phone through that small hole, and it will fall not only into the cargo pocket, but it will fall into its own pocket within that cargo pocket. So you'll also notice there's a D-ring little lanyard here coming out of the cargo pocket, so you can obviously tuck that in or run it out, whatever the case may be. And then on the inside, you're going to have three separate, it's going to be hard to show on the video, but you're going to have those three separate pockets inside the main cargo pocket. So again, like I was saying, drop something through that hole in the opening of the top of that cargo pocket, and it's going to land there in that middle pocket inside of this. So again, you can do your keys, cell phone, flashlight, all kinds of tools, gizmos and gadgets, and then of course you have the rest of the large cargo pocket, and you can see how it expands here, how it bellows out. And then for drainage, if you needed to go amphibious, we do have the grommet drainage holes on the bottom there. Okay? And then just working further down the pants, and that's both on the left and the right side. Working further down the pants, you have reinforced knees, as you can see here. And then you'll notice that there's a Velcro closure at the bottom of that, so you can open that up. And that gives you access to slide in your knee pads. So our knee pads on the website work, and then there's some aftermarket ones as well that you can make work, so those slide up in there. And then I've gone ahead and removed them on mine, but that also comes with some cordage, so you can tie the cuffs down if you wanted to. So if you wanted to throw some boots on, you can tie the cuffs down. It doesn't come on the shorts like that, and obviously the shorts don't have the reinforced knees. Working your way to the back, you've got two back pockets for your wallet, button closure, and then reinforced seat, as you can see here. That's both on the pants and the shorts. And then on the inside, you have those two hidden pockets for like your passport, loose cash, things of that nature. Right? Those two hidden drop pockets there. Button closure, zipper fly on both the pants and the shorts. Alright, starting us off for the jackets, we have the Equilibrium vest. We launched this a couple weeks ago. Came as a request from you guys, and we were excited to introduce it. So not much different from the Equilibrium jacket, other than obviously it's in a vest cut. It is an active fit, It's going to hug the body fairly well. It's not going to be next to skin, but it's going to hug the body a little well. Just center zipper here, two hand pockets here that it zip close. Packs down really small. It's got the Polartec Alpha insulation in it, which isn't like a traditional down puffy where it's just a lot of heat. It's going to breathe really well. So as you move, you're going to disperse that heat. If you stand still, it is going to warm up a little bit. And it's really great in the summer for, since it really takes up a very small amount of space, throwing it in your EDC or throwing it in your trail bag, whatever the case may be. And if the weather changes or, wind moves in or gets a little overcast, it's just a great piece to put on. It does have a DWR treatment, a 3X dry treatment on the front, and then you're going to have that polyester lining, a super soft lining in on the inside. So that's the Equilibrium vest. All right, next up, we're going to have the Rogue RS jacket. This is a staple piece. It's a classic. It's a classic tad piece, and it's really great for all seasons, but it does work well in the summer. It's a nylon cotton ripstop. You've got reinforcements on the elbows. You've got button cuffs, metal zipper. We did go through a new fit earlier this year, so the new fit also introduced the metal zippers that you see here. You've got two side pockets that zipper close, and then you have an internal drop pocket that's kind of angled outward inside those. And not many guys realize that there is an internal little drop pocket in here, and that it is slightly angled out. So for those of you that do CCW, you could run your spare pistol mag in there, and it's not where it's just dropped straight down. It's a little canted outward, so you can get to it a little bit faster. That's not the sole design intent. Of course, you can do a multi-tool or a flashlight or whatever the case may be, but I figured that would resonate with some of you out there. Nice little zipper cage when you run the zippers up. And it's just a kind of a standard cafe racer, more of a stylish piece, but it works great in the summer, like especially on an overcast day or a windy day, light drizzle, light rain, or something like that. It does have a bi-swing back, as you can see here, so you get a lot of great range of motion. It's a standard fit, so it should be kind of right down middle of the aisle, just true to size for most of you guys, or it should be at least. So you got that bi-swing there. And then, like I said before, it's just a great staple, stylish piece that's versatile. The ripstop is super robust. It's going to handle abuse. So whether you're riding a motorcycle with it, or it's just kind of your shop jacket, or a travel jacket, for me, it has become kind of a staple piece to wear when I'm traveling. So I still have a little bit of ruggedness, but at the same time, it works great as it's just a little bit of additional styling to your wardrobe. So that's the Rogue RS jacket. All right, and my absolutely favorite of all the new garments that we've released, the Catalyst Field shirt. It's a true shirt jack, so you're going to have these buttons. It's going to button down, as you can see here. The exterior shell is going to be what we talked about with the Latitude Field shirt. So it's going to be that really feels like cotton to the touch, but it's not. It's a ripstop nylon, and super soft, super lightweight. This is insulated with Polartec Alpha, so it is going to have some warming properties, which is why we're putting it in the jacket category. It's perfect for really all of spring and some of those cool summer mornings. For me, in the summer, it has become my go-to kind of campfire piece. It's something that I throw on when the sun finally crests the horizon, and it's getting a little cooler at night, and it's usually the first thing I put on in the morning before I get out of the tent and make that first cup of coffee at camp. It's just a great all-around piece, and it truly is. For those of you that are traveling the world and going on some expeditions and doing some big worldly adventures, and you're trying to keep your kit minimal, I would say this is a staple piece to have in there because you are getting a robust shirt jack. You've got your reinforcements on the forearms and the elbows with the AC, reinforcements on the shoulders, so if you're running a pack or anything of that nature, you have those reinforcements that really make it robust and hard field use ready. But at the same time, it's insulated, so if you come across inclement weather, cooler climate, things like that, it is going to have some warming properties. But then if it does warm up, but you're not ready to shed the layer, it's vented. So you have these vents here in the pit to kind of dump some of that heat. And it's just an all-around great field shirt. You've got these zipper pockets here. So zipper closure, nice lining on the inside of the pockets. And then, of course, you have these two button breast pockets, as you can see here. Nice and deep. So, again, perfect for cell phone, passport, loose cash, sunglasses, things of that nature. And then on the inside, you're going to have a Napoleon, an internal zippered Napoleon pocket there. So, again, you can put some more valuables in that. But, like I said, guys, kind of all around, it's just a great shirt jack to have. Now in the dead of summer, on a super hot sunny day, wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It is going to be hot because of that Polartec Alpha. Even in movement, it's probably really not something you want to have for that. But again, on those early mornings, especially if you're going on extended trips, overlanding trips, expedition, I mean even vacation, where the weather may change on you. It's just a great piece that you can have on you that's great for field use, hard field use, but at the same time doesn't look bad in the city as well. So again, that is the Catalyst field shirt. All right, we have two more jackets to go. Starting with the Javelin Insulator. Now I know a lot of you would probably be like, an insulator for summer, but if you haven't got your hands on this, it's not what you would probably think. It's actually very thin, it's super lightweight, and it's pretty technical. This is really for those guys that are getting out in the backcountry or getting into inclement weather or alpine environment or things like that. Works great in the city as well, especially in like San Francisco, where you kind of always have that that crisp breeze moving through. It's a great piece for that. The main core of it, and kind of moving up into the shoulders and down the arms a little bit, is going to be just like the Equilibrium. You're going to have that same face shell fabric, and then you're going to have that Polartec Alpha insulation. But you're going to notice that coming up through the pits and down the sides, down to the arms and the elbows, and then a majority of the back, you're going to have the Polartec Power Grid. Now the Power Grid is just like on our Vortex hoodie. It's going to be a gridded fleece. It's going to be very lightweight, and I don't know if you guys will be able to tell on the camera, but you can almost see through it. So yes, it is a fleece, but at the same time, as the wind blows or as you hit a breeze or something like that, you're going to dump all that heat. It's going to move through the garment. That wind's going to cool you off. And so it really is a true piece that's ebbing and flowing with you. The hood itself, as you pull it up, obviously it's primarily that power grid. You have a little bit of that shell fabric across the top. So if you do throw the hood up and it's raining or drizzling or something like that, you're not going to get wet on the main upper portion of the hood. It's just going to drip off that shell fabric there, and then you'll still be able to dump that heat as the breeze flows through your hood because of the power grid there on the side. It is going to be an active fit, so it's not quite next to skin, but it is going to be a little snug, especially in the chest, shoulders, upper back area. On the bottom, there is a little bit of an elastic, so when you zip it up, it's going to want to hug up against whatever the base layer may be. You've got these two zippers here, two zipper pockets here, and the lining continues to wrap around into that, so you have nice soft interior pockets there. And then of course it is a full zip, as you can see here, and then you have a nice mesh lining on the inside. So it's not like the Equilibrium and the Catalyst field shirt in terms of the alpha is between a front layer and a back layer, and really those layers are meant to pull moisture and evaporate moisture. This is a mesh lining, so the alpha is literally pretty much right up against your skin, so it's much lighter than especially the Equilibrium vest or Equilibrium jacket, and of course the Catalyst field shirt. All these garments have the Polartec Alpha in it, so of all of those, this is the lightest of them all. And again, with the combination of the Alpha and the Power Grid, it's really working with you, especially as you're moving, and especially as the environment changes, to heat up and then dump that heat, kind of ebb and flow with you, which makes it a great piece for the summer. Because again, if you're going on the trail, you know, I would say probably a Mercury Tech Tee, depending on where you're going and where your area is at. A Mercury Tech Tee with this, and then the last piece we're going to go over, the Raptor hoodie, makes an excellent summer layering kit. So, you know, quick little shower rolls in, or the pressure drops and you get a nice little cold snap or cold front move in. Just throw the insulator on, throw the Neoshell, the Raptor on top of it, over your Delta, or your Mercury Tech Tee, excuse me, and it's a great summer layering system. So again, that's the Javelin insulator. All right, and last but certainly not least, for our summer apparel lineup, we've got, of course, the Raptor hoodie. Raptor hoodie, again, has become another one of those staple pieces. Polartec Neoshell, it's incredibly technical fabric that's going to have a membrane that's going to allow moisture and heat to pass through, so from your body outwards. But at the same time, it is a true hard shell, so it's going to block the environment, whether it be rain, snow, sleet, wind, etc., from penetrating. So it's a true hard shell. Packs down extremely small. Packs down into you can roll it up into the hood, so it packs down about this big. So really, no excuse to not have it in your everyday kit. I mean, it's something that goes with me everywhere. I know it's something that goes with a lot of you out there. Just to go over some of the quick features. It's an active fit. So again, not quite next to skin, but it is going to be tight in certain areas, especially in the chest, shoulders, back. For those of you that maybe have a little bit more experience in the front area, you know, it may be a little tight in there, but it is an active fit. So you're going to have the three-piece hood that's adjustable in the back here, as well as two adjustment points here that you can cinch up. You've got that nice, soft felt closure here, so if you were to zip that all the way up and then tuck that zipper into the cave there, as you see there, so you get really great face protection, face coverage there, but you don't have the harshness in your face. You've got that nice felt covering you there. Of course, it is a zipper, a full zip jacket. You've got these two low profile Napoleon style pockets here. Nice deep pockets, both left and right side. And then you have your larger hand pockets on the left and right side, as you can see here. I'm going to open it all the way up just to show you. You have these media port pass-throughs on both the left and right side, so if you need to run comms up from the pocket out of the media port here, and then, you know, if you had your hood running up into your ear, you know, if you're on the trail listening to music, or, you know, had to take a phone call or something of that nature, those work great for that. Fully seam taped, as you can see here, making it a true waterproof hard shell garment. You have Velcro adjustable cuffs here on the sleeve. It does come in a Velcroed and un-Velcroed variation. And then, of course, just a couple weeks ago, we introduced it in the multicam colorway. So now you've got three solid colors and one camo, the multicam. So again, this is just, it's become a kind of a staple piece for us here at TAD. And like I said, for those of you that don't own it, especially those that commute a lot, travel a lot, or go out in the backcountry on the trails a lot, it's just a great piece to have because it folds down so small, yet gives you exceptional protection. So the weight to protection ratio is exceptionally strong. And so, of course, for the summer apparel, I mean, you've got your afternoon thunderstorms. Pretty much, you know, I know Arizona's not doing so hot right now, or they're doing really hot right now. But you know, here in Colorado, we get a little afternoon thunderstorm every now and then. You know, San Francisco, of course, is always getting weather. And then, you know, down in the southeast, I know back home in the Carolinas, they're always getting some of those afternoon thunderstorms, especially down in Florida, getting those 5 o'clock thunderstorms. This is just a piece to always have in your bag, and pull it out when you need it, and then pack it up nice and small when you don't, and you don't even know it's there. All right, now we're going to dive into some of your questions that you guys put in the feed over the last day or so, and I'm going to do my best to answer those, and then we can wrap this up. So first question comes from Will, hoping the Caliber Polo is a short sleeve. It is. As you saw earlier in the video, it's a short sleeve, and it'll be dropping tomorrow. Excellent summer polo. Christopher, do you have any hints from TAD HQ as to whether the Stealth LT is discontinued or if it will be making a return? It definitely will be making a return. It is not discontinued. For us, it's something that we try to make about once or twice a year, just because if it's going to be used as its true intended purpose, it's not a jacket you're going to wear year-round. Certainly not one you're going to wear in the summer too much, unless you're going out on like extended exposure type of trips out in the backcountry, or on an expedition, or on a big trip or something like that. For most folks, the Raptor hoodie is what your daily usage is going to be. The Raptor hoodie is perfect for city wear, light trail use, all those things. If you're going to be summiting a 14er, or again, going out and having long-term exposure to the elements, that's where the Stealth LT really shines. And that's really why you don't see us push it a lot, especially in the summer months, because it's not really a summer layer. But fear not, it is coming back. Blaine, definitely would like to understand fit comparison to legacy products like Talon Guide Short compared to the Force 10s, Atlas Crew to the Primer Henley. And then it looks like there's a conversation going on there. So it's hard to do online, and it's hard to do in a single video to compare every product to another product in terms of fit. The best thing I can give you, and what I've tried to do in this video, is use the fit guide. We go off of the fit guide, especially in the active fit, next to skin, relaxed fit, things like that. And we try our best to keep that as standard as possible. Now, that being said, every body style is different. Like, it's almost impossible to make something that should be worn next to skin not feel loose on a really small frame, right? Conversely, it's really hard to make a standard fit item not fit like a next to skin item on somebody who's really big. It's just kind of how a cookie crumbles. I would say that it's kind of the gamble of knowing our fit chart and knowing your body style and knowing how you want that garment to work. That's the best advice I can give. In terms of doing the comparison for the examples that you gave, Talon Guide Short compared to the Force 10s. In the short configuration, they're both about the same in my opinion. They're going to be a little loose fitting in the thigh for me. I don't have big, Josh Landry thighs, but they should be about the same. Now, when you go to the pant configuration, there's going to be slight differences when you get further down the leg. The Force 10s are kind of going to loosely just drape straight down, whereas the Talons, you're going to see a slight taper a little bit because they are a little bit more of an athletic style of pant. For the Atlas Crew to the primer, so they're both listed as next to skin, and for me, they both fit almost exactly the same. I'm pretty much a standard right down the line medium. So it's going to be tight in the chest, tight in the upper back, and there's going to be a little bit of tightness kind of in the core area, but for me, it's more of a kind of slightly tightness, but drapes a little bit more. But I know for bigger guys, that's going to differ. So it's just it's a really hard question to answer in terms of everybody's style is different. My recommendation is go off the fit chart, and we list it as how it's supposed to be worn. That doesn't necessarily mean how it's going to fit on you. If it's listed as next to skin, it's supposed to fit next to skin. Now, if you get it and it's a little too tight, it's not quite flattering, then you may want to go up a size, but it's intended to be worn next to skin. It's intended to be tight. Moving on. Will, in general, it would be good to get a sense of the weight and fit of the new base layers and where they fit and compared to others in the lineup. So I tried to do it at the beginning of the video, Will, when we kind of went over, you know, Alchemy, Atlas, Mercury, and then the Henleys. But in terms of weight, I would say the lightest one we have, the thinnest one we have, super hot summer, is going to be your Mercury Tech T. And then after that, you're going to have your Traverse Tech T, and then you're going to start into your Alchemy, or I'm sorry, yeah, your Alchemy Crew, and then you're going to get into the long sleeves. So that's going to be your Atlas, then your Huntsman Henley, and then your primer series stuff, which we didn't go over for summer because I don't really consider it in that summer category. But that's kind of the lineup that I would do, so it's not too much off from what I covered in the video. Adam, has the cut changed between old and new Force 10 and Recon shorts? No, they shouldn't have. When we first launched the Recon years ago, there was a little bit of difference between the first batch and the second, but that was many years ago. And really, over the last multiple restocks that we've had, there hasn't been very many changes. So no. And again, we'll announce if there's a new fit change or something like that. You should see it on the site. It'll say, you know, new fit, and then we try to give an explanation of what that new fit change is. Any updated colors to the Fast Line or Azimuth or Axiom? That's from Mike. As of right now, Mike, no. No new colors coming for the Fast Line in the immediate future. You can expect to see us maybe reapproach the Fast Line later in the year, and at that time maybe we'll explore new color options. But right now, not doing too much new stuff with the Fast Line or the Azimuth or the Axiom in terms of new colors or anything of that nature. Adam, will we be seeing multicam black apparel? It's a possibility. We've been seeing a lot of comments for that. I'll be honest, we haven't given it too much thought just because we've been so focused on just getting the new product out, but it's definitely something that we can explore, and maybe it'll be a limited edition or something along those lines. But keep letting us know. It helps us gauge demand for it. Multicam blacks is one of those hit or miss things. All right, Cody, will the primer Henley ever be reoffered in either black or brown? Yeah, the primer Henley should be making a comeback as we get closer to that fall season. It's a great kind of early to mid all the way through fall kind of winter base layer garment. So as we get closer to that season, we'll have that restocked. All right, Brad, any plans to start making long cut shirts? There have to be tall guys out there with similar needs. As of right now, Brad, no, there's nothing in the pipeline for big and tall right now. We're still kind of focused on just really rounding out the entire collection all the way through jackets, base layers, shirts, pants, and all that good stuff. So maybe in the future, but yeah, as of right now, not so much. I mean, and you guys have kind of seen, like, when we do a new garment, we try to cover all the sizes as best we can. But to be honest, when we get into some of those larger sizes, like 2XL, 3XL, and especially when we get into the larger inseams, it's a lot of fabric, and it's really hard to gauge demand on those. So you guys, I'm sure you've seen, like in the outlet and things like that, you know, we sit on a lot of those big sizes. We do. And so we've really tried to watch that demand and watch what consumers are buying, and we try our best to to meet everyone's needs, but sometimes it's impossible to do that. So we are watching, we are paying attention, but yeah, as of right now, no plans for big and tall. Pablo, are there any trousers coming similar to the Covert RS or Spartan RS, something low vis, but also duty grade or adventure rated? I can say that there will be new pants coming in the lineup, and I think all of you will be very stoked to see them. Are they quite Spartans? No. They're not quite Covert. If anything, I would say it's an excellent blend of Covert RS and Intercept. So I'll let you guys think on that one. Any special drop for us today? That's from Nicholas. Sorry, Nick, no. No special drop today for the Junkies. Obviously, I showcased the Caliber Polo. That'll be dropping tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. If I get it up on the site early enough tomorrow, I'll send you guys the link so you can jump into it before the madness begins. Mark, hoping the Latitude Field shirt is not made of cotton. It is not. Very lightweight ripstop nylon. John, I would like to see something in the Overland, like the Overland shirt in an AC type fabric with vents. Latitude Field shirt, my friend. It's not AC, but it is that really thin, soft ripstop nylon. I mean, it almost feels like cotton to the skin. It's incredibly comfortable to wear, incredibly lightweight, breathes really well. The wind is going to pass through. It's going to dry out. It's perfect in my opinion. We've done a lot of field testing on this one because we knew this was an important shirt for you guys, and I think personally we've crushed it. I mean, it is become my summer shirt. Like that shirt with the Talon Guide pant or the Talon Guide short has got me covered really on any outdoor activity aside from like hunting or climbing, specialized things like that. Nick, ETA on graphic tee restock. No ETA right now, Nick. Like I said, we've been so focused on the new lineup in apparel in terms of the new garments and things like that we have not been 100% focused on the graphic tees. I will say that we've definitely recognized that we haven't been attacking patches and graphic tees as much as we used to in the past. And it just comes down to priority. We wanted to get new garments out to you guys. So with that being said, we can start to refocus back in on patches and graphic tees and things like that. So I can't give you an ETA on restocks, but I can say that we're definitely aware of it. We want new designs. You guys want new designs, and we're going to work on it. Trevor, any plans for shorter shorts? My wife likes my legs. No plans right now, Trevor. No plans for short shorts. From Jonathan, multicam or black multicam Recon RS shorts or even pants? Restock on Intercept PD and blackout. So I'll answer the first one. Multicam or black multicam Recon RS shorts. No plans right now. Nothing in the pipeline. But keep giving us feedback. If we see enough demand for it, maybe it's something that we can do. Like that other question that we had earlier about multicam black. Multicam black's one of those weird ones where it's either a hit or not. So we may do a special edition or something like that. But as of right now, no plans. Restock on Intercept PD and blackout. As of right now, no. Sorry to say, Jonathan. The restocks that I see coming down the pipeline are all the performance denim in the Siege, the blue. So it looks like that's about it for the questions that you guys put in the feed. I'm going to be doing my best to answer the questions as you guys comment on the broadcast. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Please let us know if this is one that that you guys liked. I know it was a little long-winded and it was just, you know, fairly. We covered a lot of product, but we haven't done something like this before in terms of like actually just sitting down and talking about the summer offerings and what we consider our summer offerings and what works and for what and why. So for us, it's really good to actually sit down and look at the lineup and talk about those things with you guys. So we hope you enjoyed it, but as always, please give us feedback. I mean, these TAD Lives are for you, and so we want to do our best to make it work for you guys. And if it's something that we can do, we will certainly try and do it for you. So remember, tomorrow's drop is at 9 o'clock Pacific. And of course, you know, we've kind of let the cat out of the bag a little bit. It's the Caliber Polo, and then of course, you know, you've got the Talent Guide short coming, and you know, you've got the Latitude Field shirt coming. So stay on the lookout for that. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday and a great Friday and a good weekend, and we'll see you later.